Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday to you. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you are listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. It is December the 22nd, 2022, and today the topic is above the brim. Above the brim. Listen, Santa, listen. Oh, let me tell you all about my day yesterday. Look. I don't know what's going on. Maybe the enemy is mad. I don't know. But there was a lot of little things that was happening yesterday. And so I was in the midst of blessings, but then I also was in the midst of like distractions. And I just was like, my goodness. Oh, the devil is busy. It was one thing after another, y'all. I ain't gonna lie about that. Um, I guess starting off with the juice. First, let me just apologize because come to find out, I guess the audio recording of the juice did not go through yesterday. I don't know what happened. What was the reason? I don't know. But thank God for Elizabeth, right? Because she was the one to let me know that, hey, so I don't hear anything after the intro music. And I'm like, what? And this was on the podcast version. So to God be the glory for multiple platforms because since y'all have requested for your girl to go live now, I have another way of getting the audio. So to God be glory for all things. Look, the checks and balances that are in place. It took me a while to try to figure out how to get the audio from the video because it seemed like some of the usual ways are blocked and things like that. But to God be the glory that, tenacity and all those things. If if there's a will, there's a way. And your girl found a way. So yes, yesterday's episode, Go Tell It, is live. Should be nice and clear and able to hear what the Lord shared with me yesterday. So that was one of the first things that happened. A little bit of issues coming my way, right? And so then after that, I wanted to talk to my brother. I wanted to talk to Kilber. Y'all know my co-star of the Cast movie, right? So I wanted to chit chat with him yesterday morning, and I give him a call. He answers the phone, but he can't hear me. I'm like, huh? I'm like, hey, bro. He's like, hello, hello, hello. I was like, what? And so I'm talking about called multiple times, restarting my phone, try to call from the Facebook Messenger. Finally, eventually, I think after resetting my phone, I was able to call him from Facebook Messenger. But it was interesting because at one point I was on the phone with him on the messenger, and then finally, I guess the phone started ringing, and he's like, "Hey, you calling me?" I'm like, "What?" And so that was my second little bit of turmoil yesterday. I'm like, my goodness, I'm in the midst of all these blessings. Y'all know that yesterday I had, on the schedule to do this another unexpected show, right? And this was going on. Then at some point, I look at my phone, y'all. I'm on the phone. I'm talking to another friend or whatever the case is. And I look at my phone, and it's barely charged. How me and her was able to continue the conversation, I don't even know, because the battery wasn't even looking like it was charging at all. Like I don't know. Like I think at one point it was red, but the phone was still going. So the guy be good for that because we needed to, talk about the things we were talking about. But still, very interesting. Was that the third thing that happened and we were on yesterday? I'm like, what is going on with my charger? Do I need to buy another one? Right? So that was the other thing. What was the other? Because I was like, let me tell y'all all of this stuff that went wrong yesterday, so y'all can understand. And see, this was again the good, the bad, and the ugly. We was talking about this yesterday. Share all the testimonies, y'all. Share all your testimonies. At the end of the day, somebody needs to hear. Because hey, maybe somebody else is gonna go through some back to back things you be blessed, right? You in the midst of blessings, and then you go back to back attacks such as this, right? Anyway, so that was another thing. So I'm like, okay, so now my battery ain't working all of a sudden. All of a sudden, my phone ain't charging. And I'm like, well, I know I need the device because I gotta use the GPS to get to the show tonight and all of this type of stuff like that. I'm like, really? On this day? On this day of blessings? So then, um, at some point I'm getting things together or whatever the case is. I can't find the materials that I need for the show that I was doing yesterday. I'm like, where are they? Like, they got to be here. Can't be nowhere else, you know? I was like, I know I didn't leave it the last time I did that show. So where are my materials? Eventually I finally found them. But still, the fact that it took so long and the fact that it was a question, was like very, very nerve-wracking, because it was like worst case scenario. I'm thinking in my mind what the worst case scenario would be, and that would be for me to have to go and remake the materials, whatever the case is, which isn't too bad, but then that would have been money and time and all that type of stuff. So that was another thing, right? What else was going on? I get ready to go. I got all my materials together. I'm getting ready to go. I'm dressed. I got my makeup on, all that good stuff. And I can't find my key, y'all. I'm like, listen, come on now. I can't find my car key. I'm like, man, look. This is what I don't have time for, right? Now, it was very good that your girl got ready early. And I usually, when I'm doing a show, I try especially if I got to go somewhere and travel, whatever the case is, I try to like leave hours ahead so I can get there at least an hour early, so I can be there to greet their guests, right? So thank God for that, right? Because it gave me time to look for the key. Eventually I found it, but still, I was like, at some point, I almost got mad at NJ because I'm gonna be like, did you take the key, kid? Like, what is going on? He didn't. And I thank the Lord that I stayed calm in the midst of it. Because at one point, I almost felt like yelling at him, but I was like, nah, because he was doing something. I was looking outside. I was trying to look outside for it. And he was kind of like running out or whatever, coming outside. And I'm like, I almost, did the mama thing, you know what I'm saying? And really, really told him. But I was like, I calmly but forcefully told him to go ahead and go back in the house. I was able to do it, in a decent way and not in a rah way, the way I was feeling. But yeah, listen, all those things happened yesterday. And in spite of all that, still blessed, books, provisions, all those wonderful things. Found the key. So that was a blessing. Let me tell y'all one of the first things that was a blessing yesterday. I don't know if y'all remember, but earlier this year, when my virtual assistant, Elizabeth, y'all may have seen her on the talk show. If not, go and find the episode on the God, Sex, and Love YouTube channel. But anywho, lovely, lovely lady over in Kenya. Okay. We were talking earlier this year, and when she recorded her episode of her episode of the GSL talk show, right? And I'm saying to her, I would love to be able to give out Christmas bonuses this year, I was speaking all of these things. Do y'all know on yesterday, your girl was able to give my monthly team, her and Boomer, let me go shout out Boomer too, right? I was able to give her and Boomer Christmas bonuses. Look. I'm gonna run around the place speaking things into existence. The Lord manifesting, right? These things in my life. That for me, I really felt good to be able to do that yesterday. To not have to worry about it, not be like, oh my God, it really felt good to be like, Christmas bonus. Lord, I just was thanking the Lord for, thanking the Lord for all things. Yesterday, my show was awesome. Those of you all that follow me on social media, you may have already have seen a sneak peek at it. A lot of fun. We did an adult version of There Might Be No Christmas. Y'all, I'm telling you, it was a good time. First of all, the hostess was amazing. She's a repeat client for me. So To God be the glory for that. Look, Favor, y'all. I did her show like 4 years ago, and she thought of little old me to come last night. So to God be the glory. It seemed like it was some type of team building situation. And this might be her employees or something like that who she was hosting this for, because not only did she have the employees that was there, but then she had some employees that was tuning in virtually from Mexico. So I'm doing double, like, look, I'm doing international shows out here, y'all. Listen, I know I was nationwide. Now I'm nationwide, Miracle Plays, but Miracle Plays is international out here, y'all. Y'all, I mean, hey, after everything I went through yesterday, all those downside, I gotta, give God the glory for the blessings, right? So sorry, I'm just taking a little time to share my testimony. Look, they tried to block the message yesterday. They want me to tell y'all to go tell it, and I'm about to tell it today, what the Lord did for me yesterday. So basically, I'm almost done though. We're gonna get to the juice, I promise. We're getting to the juice. So here I am performing in Mexico, right? And at the show that at the event that I was at yesterday. This lady, first of all, look, goals, right? I mean, I would love to get to the point one day, be able to do stuff like this. This lady, I was happy about my Christmas bonus that I gave my team, but this lady, not only did she have me there, a chef there, a bartender there, da da da. This lady was giving out a gift. Well, I guess several gifts, but then there's one big prize on the line for the best dressed. They came as couples, so the best dressed couple, right? So all of her employees, and I guess in there, and our spouses or girlfriends, whatever case it is, they came in as different Christmas characters, man. So first of all, and like every time I opened the door to greet somebody, it was like a different pair from a movie or a Christmas, whatever, So the first couple that I opened the door for was like a drummer, like drummer boys. They had like, they looked like Nutcrackers or Tin Soldiers, but they was beating on the drums when they came in. I said, oh, I see how I see how the night gonna go. Then y'all ain't ready for this one. The second couple that came in, it was Mary and Joseph, y'all. I said, you know what? Mary and Joseph came in with the baby and with the goat that they call Curry. I'm finna go, y'all. Listen. I was like, oh, they came to win. I got to tell y'all what the prize was. One second. Let me finish telling y'all who came. So then eventually another couple comes in and they were playing. I think they were Day Day and Craig from now I guess this guy his girlfriend, but still they played Day Day and Craig from I guess then Friday After Next, the Christmas one. So they had top flight security uniforms on. Who was the next couple? Now the next couple is funny. They came in with music and everything, but nobody knew who they were. Like the lady had on. Y'all can tell me this Christmas character if y'all recognize this by the description. Y'all can comment below who that Christmas character is, right? A lady, she had like an orange dress, orange fiery looking troll looking hair, and she had like a little fur around her shoulders. And then the man came in. He talking about he the snowman or something, but I don't know. But he had on blue and white, and he was just over the top. He was having a good time. And they came in with the music on and everything. But it was funny. Nobody was. They were like, who y'all supposed to be? It was funny. And then because I was giving out my characters for my show, I made this joke. I was like, I was in character, whatever, and I just was like, well, since nobody know who your characters are, I'm gonna give you guys characters that people know. Listen, I was having too much fun. Anyway, and then the last couple, they was fashionably late. Like they were very late, but they came ready to play and to probably win because they came in as the Nightmare Before Christmas, Sally and Jack. So I don't know who won the prize, y'all, but they had their team over in Mexico throw in a vote, but then I got to tell y'all what else happened, but give me a second. So, but yeah, I'm not sure who won that prize, but listen, friends, what the lady was giving away is a cruise for two. I was like, man, can I get invited to parties like this where they give away cruises? What is going on? And so, I don't know which couple won. I'm thinking it might have been Sally and Jack just because Sally came in with full on makeup that looked like the character. But I don't know. I don't know. Everybody's costume was pretty good. I think one of my favorite things was that I got so there's this thing that I do. I do mug shots. And I have these signs that have like different stuff on it. And it was just hilarious to me to get a photo of baby Jesus, the prop baby Jesus that they had with Curry the Goat and with the mugshot sign that said it's my birthday. It was hilarious to me to get that photo. I was like, I can't not get this photo. This is funny. Y'all, it was an amazing time. I had a good time. They were very generous to me in regards to, they allowed me to partake of the food while I was there. They had a good time. It was like laid back, we kind of went with the flow, but at the same time, people were still into the show and the mystery aspect of what I was doing. I named my character Sentiment because I was playing an elf, but I wanted to play a little bit of a more adult friendly elf because usually when I'm be in the show or whatever, it's a kid friendly show technically, but because it was an adult situation, I just was like, okay, I'm gonna do it with a little twist and add some little elements in there to make it more friendly for the adults and things like that. And it was a good time. It really, really was. And obviously it was a good time because I'm sitting here telling y'all about it, and it took almost 16 minutes. So let me get on past this. But basically, yeah, it was a good time and everything like that. Now, the interesting thing is yesterday I was thinking about, I guess I got confirmation to change my way of speaking and thinking. So I'm going to try my best to stop saying what I have been saying about like my finances and the way it comes in and all that type of stuff. I'm going to try my best to stop saying things like that and keep the words like abundance and overflow and all of that on my lips, right? On my lips in regards to what the Lord, right, can do for me, because we know he can go above and beyond, right, all that we even ask. And again, this whole week, in spite of the little stuff that was happening yesterday, this whole week, I just really feel blessed, to be able to have gotten the bookings that I received, got the blessing that we received on Sunday, like so many different things. And yeah. So I guess I share that part with you all to say that, one, I got to give glory and honor, right, to my husband, right? Shout out to him. Well, shout out to the Lord for allowing him to be my another check and balance for me, because I woke up at 4 at the sound of my alarm, but I must have went back to sleep because he woke me up at 5:07 and was like, so yeah, turn on the lights and everything. And I was like, oh yeah. So I looked up the Strong's Concordance for 5:07 after I did the prayer meditation this morning, and it led me to the word thousand, and it also led me to the word that meant upward on the top, above brim, high up. And it was reminding me of what I had said to myself about keeping abundance and overflow and all that on my heart and mind. And so that's where the topic above the brim comes from. And let's get into some Bible to see what the Lord has to say about that. All right. So Deuteronomy 7:9 says, know therefore that the Lord your God is God, the faithful God who keeps covenant and steadfast love with those who love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations. I feel like this is a very familiar verse. I feel like we might have read, shared this verse yesterday. I mean, not yesterday, last week, maybe. I don't know. But I guess, it really stood out to me, the 1,000 generations. Again, not only will he keep the covenant with us, he will keep the covenant 1,000 generations. That's a lot, y'all. That's a lot. I mean, I guess, again, that stood out based on the 1,000 part of this conversation. But yeah, let's keep this in mind that God is God, okay? Colossians 3:2, it says, set your minds on things that are above, not on things that are on the earth. I started to look up, I think it was abundance that I was looking at that point. And Was it, or was it, no, I think it might have been above the brim. I think I'm going to look that up, and that might be where that verse came from. But either way, I mean, if we're going to get overflow, then we need to set our minds on things that are above and not on earth. Okay. Um, I know again, it gets so easy to get caught up in the things on earth, right? Get caught up in the issues, the problems. Remember all those distractions that I, told y'all earlier. It's easy to get caught up in those things, and again, allow those things to consume us. But if we keep our hearts and minds stayed on He, right, that is above, and keep our hearts and minds on the things of the Spirit, then I don't think we would have to worry about the things on earth. That's what I'm receiving today. Let's keep going. So then John 2:7, it says, Jesus said to the servants, fill the jars with water, and they filled them to the brim. Y'all know that we're talking about that first miracle, right? Little Mother Mary put them on the spot. And was like, look, they're running out of wine, son. Can you help? And then he had a response to her, who was like, it ain't my time to be doing that. And yeah, hold on. And she was like any mother would do. Look, y'all do what he tells y'all to do. Look, I said what I said, son. Y'all do what he tell y'all to do. And I guess this is where he was letting them know what to do. He said, to the servants, fill the jars with water, and they filled them to the brim. But we talking about above the brim, y'all. We talking about above the brim. And so let's just keep these things in our heart and mind. Again, God is God, and the blessings overflow, all these different things. He is in control of all those things. And so do what you can to fill it to the brim, and then he'll take care of the overflow. That's what I'm receiving on today. That's what I'm receiving. So look, I took a moment, like I was getting ready to write down everything, and I noticed that it was 12, 22, 22. All right. So I ended up adding that, right? And it came up with 2056. And so I looked that up, and it was interesting. Now, sometimes when I look up Strong's Concordance, it might show me the number, and then it'll show me like 1 or 2 or 3, like different numbers. They'll show me two things. They usually show me two, numbers, and then they'll show me like, it'll be like, for example, 256 1 within the parentheses, and then it'd be like 256 15 or whatever. Well, today I noticed that both numbers was exactly the same. It was 256, and I think it might be 2 or something like that. And I was like, that's interesting. So I looked at what they had to say. One of them said boy child, and then the other one said kid goat. And I was like, Now, on one hand, I was like, now, was this a distraction to look this number up, But on the other hand, I'm like, that's still a word, perhaps, right? Things might look the same, right? They might look like, again, equal, right? The boy child, which I thought of Jesus, obviously, and this kid goat, which makes me think of the alternative, right? Maybe even Antichrist, right? Spirit, or whatever case is. Got to watch out for counterfeits. They'll look real similar, right? Watch out for it. I don't know. Just throwing that in there because that's what got pointed out to me this morning, a random thing. Maybe it goes with this or not. I don't know. Maybe as you step into overflow and, get above the brim and all of that good stuff, just be on the lookout. Be on the lookout for counterfeits. Now, listen, it also led me to Leviticus 17:7. It says, so they shall no more sacrifice their sacrifices to goat demons, after whom they whore. This shall be a statute forever for them throughout their generations. So I know earlier we talked about 1,000 generations that God will, provide X, Y, and Z. What was it telling us earlier? He's going to keep the covenant and everything like that, have steadfast love. And so because of this, y'all, he is expecting us to no longer continue to whore around with the goat, right? And I know, that might sound bad, but I mean, I believe that that's how it looks to the Lord, right? For us to be entertaining the Antichrist spirit at any aspect. That's what it looks like. I don't know if y'all don't like that word whore or not, but I mean, it is biblical. So I'm not out here trying to say nothing that ain't, so that's one thing that stood out to me as I was reading that verse. And then, yeah, because whether you know it or not, you're sacrificing your sacrifices to goat demons. That's what it says here. And it say, because of the new covenant that you have with Christ, right? So they shall no more sacrifice their sacrifices to goats, demons. You don't have to do any of that. Okay. Whatever you need to do is just lay down your burdens and all that before the Lord Jesus Christ. And all the rest of that is something that you need to give up and let go. All right. Y'all, that's pretty much the juice this morning. Okay, I got some verses in the Go Deeper section that you all can peruse and let marinate on your heart, souls, and minds that are all about abundance. Hopefully, they will encourage you and inspire you as you approach this day of thinking above the brim, right? And everything like that. I wrote down so many verses that eventually I just put, just look at openbible.info and look up abundance. And look at all the verses that you guys can see and just pay attention to whatever stands out to you and everything like that. But they were all pretty good to me. The Bible verse of today is John 1:14. It says, "And the word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth." Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love. You're the little of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. And there you go. Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, anybody listening to the sound of my voice, I hope that you all are encouraged and inspired by all things, the testimony, the blessings, and, the juice as well. I did not share the definition of brim. So I guess if you're still watching me at this point, maybe it's for you to know this definition. It's actually the second definition that I wanted to share. And Brim said, to be full to the point of overflowing. So again, it might take us to do some work and get the water in there, right? Like that other verse was telling us to do. Jesus said, where is it? Jesus said to the servants, fill the jars with water, and they filled them to the brim. So you might have to get it, do some work and fill your jars with the water, right? And everything like that. Hey, they're living water, right? The water that, you'll never thirst again type of water, right? And fill your jar with that and get it to the brim. And then watch the Lord provide the whatever's going to happen above the brim, And yeah, that's the juice, y'all. That's the juice. Y'all have a great, great Thursday. Just a heads up. Along with the Christmas bonus, your girl also decided to take a break on the talk show this week and next week. So basically, you guys will see GSL talk show starting in January, the first Friday in January. So yeah, this week and next week. So no GSL talk show tomorrow. No GSL talk show next Friday. And y'all enjoy y'all holidays, you know what I'm saying? Enjoy your Christmas and everything like that. I mean, I think I might still do the juice, even though your girl was kind of tired this morning, because by the time I got home, it was super late, and then I took a shower and everything like that. So by the time I got in the bed, it was like well after 11 or whatever the case is. And so that's probably why your girl was like, barely up, So again, thank the Lord for putting it on my husband's heart and mind to get your girl up this morning and everything like that. Because I think this juice is pretty good. I don't know what y'all think about it, but above the brim was a nice confirming juice to receive this morning. I hope that you guys are encouraged and inspired by it as well. And yeah, there you have it, man. I hope you have a wonderful Thursday. Thank you all so much for listening, watching, subscribing, and sharing. Y'all know that we're trying to get to 500 subscribers before the end of the year. So by all means, supporting that aspect, because we're doing a giveaway. So yes, by all means, check that out. There should be a link available wherever you see this. And I might end up doing another type of giveaway as well. I'm thinking about it. Maybe some type of raffle. We'll see. I don't know. But y'all have a great day, and I look forward to talking to y'all tomorrow if the Lord's will. Bye-bye.